and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time there were twins and their mother was a widow. Also they were poor and they had to sell their cow to get some money. Then they met a woman with magic beans. Then the twins went home and gave the magic beans to their mother. But then their mother threw them out the window. So they went to bed hungry. But then the twins woke up and they saw a humongous beanstalk. So they climbed and they climbed and they climbed. But then they saw a gigantic castle. Then they opened the door and a gigantic man appeared. Also, the gigantic man said, "Dearies, are you hungry?" Also, they said yes. So the twins ate some breakfast, a lot of breakfast. But then they figured out that the gigantic man was a giant. And he was nice. But the giant said, "You better watch out because my wife is mean, very mean." But then the giantess stomped into the room. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell twins, so you better run. So the giant said, "Hide quick," and the twins hid in the cupboard. So they looked through the crack. Also, the giantess got out her golden magic crown. But then, by playing with her crown, she fell asleep. So the twins snuck out of the cupboard and they got the magic crown. So the twins slid down the beanstalk and gave it to their mother. But then they went up the beanstalk again. But then they had to dress up so the giant couldn't know it was them. So the twins climbed up the beanstalk again, and they climbed, and they climbed, and they climbed. They went back to the castle. They saw the giant. Also the twins said, "Hello, we are hungry." So the giant gave them a snack. They ate lots of food, but the giant said, "Watch out, because my wife is mean, very mean." But then the giantess scampered into the room. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell twins, so you better run. The giant said, "Hide quick." The giantess got out her silver shoes, but she had different pairs, so by trying them on, she fell asleep. While the giantess was asleep, the twins snuck out and stole the silver shoes. Also, they slid down the beanstalk and put it in their house. And then they dressed up one more time, and they climbed up the beanstalk again. So then they went in the giant's castle. Then one more time the giant said, "Dearies, are you hungry?" And they said, "Yes." But then the giant said, "Watch out, because my wife is mean, very mean." But then the giantess said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell twins, so you better run." Also, they hid in the cupboard. Then the giantess got out her statue that was shaped like a crown and was decorated with rainbows. But then by staring at it, you can't believe it, she fell asleep. So they crept out of the cupboard and got the statue and snuck out. But they woke the giantess up. The giantess raced down the beanstalk and they were doing it too. But then they went to their mother and called for the axe. So then they chopped down the beanstalk and the giantess fell to the ground. Also, she died. They went to their house and got the stuff and lived with it. Also, they lived happily ever after. The end.